Hey everyone, so I have posted a few pics of my van setup on the detailing pages, and I keep getting a lot of requests to shoot a video of how the inverter system and everything in my van works. So this is the tour. And while I'm at it, I'll give a little bit of a tour of my garage. So this was the lighting, just two fluorescent tubes, and then I installed 20 9-watt LED smart lights. So you can change the color, you can change the brightness, you can individually control every single light, and this is the outcome. Boom. Those lights are useless compared to these, and it's actually fantastic lighting for correction, because I could turn off all these lights and just have like one light on over there, and then the angle of the light actually reflects so you can see the paint defects. So the lighting is only a new addition. Next will be the flooring, but that's going to cost about $2,000, and my bank account's already taken a pretty big dive from the lighting. It wasn't too bad, it cost around $500 all up, and that's excluding labour. I know an electrician that did the labour for free in exchange for car washing. So over here I have just a couple of my chemicals, so I can, after work, I can just grab out the empties and swap them for the fulls, save me having to refill after a hard day of work. And over here is my second pressure washer, or my backup pressure washer, because my Krenzel is on its way out. This Ryobi 400 watt to 500 psi is an incredible pressure washer, very solidly built. I have quick connects on that where I can put my shotgun set up on that. It's an 8-meter hose and it's got a 4-year warranty. Can't go wrong. If something happens to it, I'll just go to Bunnings and swap it over. But this machine's been fantastic. I haven't had any issues so far. So the van is a 2019 or 2020 Ford Transit, and it's the short wheelbase version. Mind how dirty it is at the moment. So it's a pretty nice workspace. The bonnet is wrapped in PPF, and the whole van is ceramic coated in G-Technic Crystal Serum Ultra. Now to all the goodies in the back. So I have a little bit of a setup in here. Here's the light switch. That's sort of a temporary thing until I can put proper lighting in here. Just a couple of my batteries mounted here. All these power points are linked to this plug, which is the mains plug. I can either plug this into the customer's power, or I can plug this into my generator. So that's on mains, so I could plug that in and that would be on mains, or I can go down to inverter, turn the inverter on, and then my fridge is on. Keep my drinks cool, keep my lunch cool, keeps the air compressor running. It can also power my microwave to heat up pies, etc. It can power the pressure washer and the Mighty 8070 carpet shampooer. And of course it can also power the vacuum cleaner. And this is the Hush 100, that's how quiet it is. And you can also individually control each motor. So when I'm running off inverter, I normally stick to 2 motors. Also when I'm running off power and using the vacuum cleaner as well, I stick to the 2 motors, otherwise it sort of peaks at the 400 watt, and then you're just going to overload circuits, and you don't want to do that. So I've got a reel here for the air compressor. 20-meter vacuum cleaner hose. It's a bit excessive, but it's really good just to be able to pull it out and lay the whole hose out, and then I can go right around the car without without having to move the vacuum cleaner or move my van or anything like that. A little trestle table if required. Some air tools, brush, spare nozzles, music to keep me sane, pet hair brushes. If you take out the plastic insert, you can actually make it more pliable to get into the nooks and crannies of carpets. And I have a wide range of chemicals, ranging from Chemical Guys, which is pretty much what I started with. Then most of my chemicals are now AutoSmart, Osrin, CarPro, Menzona, and all the air fresheners I carry are Platinum Potions, which I also sell on my website now. So this cloth organizer, I have all my decent cloths in the top, my crappy, like wheel wells, engine bays, dirty areas, and then I have my twisted microfiber drying towels that I sell on my website as well. They're fantastic. I wouldn't use any other type of drying towel. I have 2 extension cords here, both 20 meter extension cables. 2 buckets, 1 rinse, 1 soap, and then just a bucket to put odd cloths in once they're dirty. Pad washer, it is awesome, so I don't have to be running my compressor all the time. It does leave the pads a little bit damp, but if you rotate the pads, then by the time you get back to the 2nd or 3rd pad, it's pretty much already dry. But if you spin it out in the highest setting, speed setting 5 or 6, then you can get most of the moisture out. And in hot weather, when I'm out in the sun, sometimes that little bit of moisture actually helps me to keep the pad and the panel cool. Little hose up here, just if I'm close to a tap and need a hose for some reason. I've got my Waxit light up here charging. I've got my Makita batteries up here charging. And the way this whole battery system inverter works is when I'm driving along under the seat here. So that is a DC-DC charger. So as I drive, that takes power from the alternator or the driving battery and charges this battery when it is safe to do so, when the other battery has enough charge and the alternator current going to it. So that keeps that battery topped up while I'm driving. And then if while I'm at a customer's house I am plugged into their mains and the battery is still a bit low, then this AC to DC charger charges it up to the 100%. Both the chargers are 20 amp. That one is a Kick-Ass and that one is I think it's an Australian Direct. Oh no, sorry, it's a King's. I have this 4000/8000 watt pure Synwave inverter. I just got that one off eBay. It was pretty expensive. I don't recall how much it was though. And then I have this Optima yellow top battery. It is a bit undersized. Running say like a compressor or a vacuum for 30 minutes, that's as long as it will last. So it would be good to upgrade to like a lithium or something bigger. This one's only 75 amp hour. But really the small battery doesn't faze me too much because my battery is full most of the time and I only really use it for quick emergency cleanup jobs after like I've packed up the cord or I just want to heat up my lunch or keep my fridge going. In that little tool bag is my headlight restoring kit. So that's got like sandpaper, thinners and my clear coat in there. I don't polish and ceramic coat headlights anymore because I was finding they only last maximum 12 months. So now I clear coat them and do it the proper way. And then I'm getting years of life out of the headlights for the customers. Up here, this is more of my personal stuff. So it's just like odd tools and stuff if I need them on the job. extra cloths, brand new cloths. I sell these cloths. They're a pretty good all-rounder. They're fantastic for use on paint, but not so much on glass because they leave like a micro lint. Mainly for glass, I use brand new Costco microfibers. You can't beat the price. The quality's not that great, but the price, I mean, as a throwaway towel just to do glass, you can't beat the price. And I got my Makita drill brush. Pretty powerful. So is what I use this for is I use my sprayer here. I spray down the carpet as a pre-soak, and then I use my drill to scrub up the carpet, and then use the Mighty to pull out all the dirty water, flush it with fresh, nice clean water, and suck all the water up. In that black box is just some of my sandpaper and ceramic coating applicators. Jump starters, pretty much every car needs a box of jump starters just in case. I got some spare pads and cloths in there. This is stuff I rarely use. I got a heat gun just in case I need to take like a emblem off or something. Some spare brushes in there if I need them. Some mineral turpentine. That is a great tar and remover for if there's tar flicked up under the underbody plastics. Save wasting dedicated tar remover. That stuff works just as well, but be careful with using it on paint, especially single stage paint. Yeah, be careful. So in the back of my van, I've put a power point on both sides. So this one is for the air compressor, and that one is for the microwave. So I have the Mighty 80 in the back. I've got the Krenzler, but it's leaking oil and leaking water into the oil, so that's the problem with the Krenzl. And that's why I have the Ryobi to replace it if I need it. So I've got my 30-meter hose reel. Everything on reel just makes everything more efficient, quicker. My shotgun setup. My sign writing. I actually got this off eBay for only $50 and installed myself. It's actually quite easy to install on Windows. And on this side, not much in the front, just the cockpit. Fun fact, its starter battery is in there. Alright, so on this side, this is pretty much the compound machine polishing side sort of thing. So at the top, we got the TARDIS, got iron removers, clay bars, all the different range of polishes. Normally I stick to the classic cuts, the Autosmart, the Scholl, Manzona, SGCB, CarPro. I just sort of rotate between them depending on what I'm doing, what sort of paint I'm working with, and what sort of product I require, either water-based or petroleum-based. I've got my sealants and waxes and ceramic sprays and all sorts of stuff there. Some spare cloths. I've got my Wax It battery lights here. They're awesome for correction or night work. Got my bucket hat for sun safety, even though I might look a bit stupid, at least I'm not gonna be getting burnt. I've got another power point on this side attached to the toolbox. Some WD-40 always comes in handy if something's squeaking or not opening as it should. I've got the clip light purifier for stinky cars that have been smoked in, pet hair, mold, etc. And then we got this main set of drawers. So on the top, I've got my depth gauge, some steel wool, some brushes. This is an awesome leather brush, very soft. Pop it on your drill and makes efficient, quick work. More leather brushes, more carpet, handheld brushes, wheel brushes, carpet brushes, tyre puncture repair kit that comes in handy when you get a puncture on the side of the road. Without even taking your wheel off, you can repair your puncture and be on your way within about 10 minutes. So that's awesome to have, very cheap as well. Got some razor blades and stuff. Got some more razor blades, O-rings. Always have spare O-rings when you're working with your pressure washer and quick connect systems because they do wear out. Clay bar, I haven't used them in years, I should get rid of them. Spare nozzles. This always comes very handy. You can get it from Bunnings, I think it's about $20 or something. It has all the different keys for taps without taps. So then you can use pretty much any tap, whether it's in a car park or just an industrial building sort of thing. So that comes in handy because not many people have those to offer. This also comes in handy. You can put it onto any faucet to make a quick connect tap. So since I don't use clay bars anymore, I'm using clay mitts. We also sell these on my website. Clay lubes. Squeegee, I don't know why that's in there, I don't use it. Safety glasses, sometimes working for the council, these are required. So is high-vis and boots and all that jazz. Fun of working with council. All my different pads from, I think, these are 1-inch pads, 2-inch pads and 3-inch pads. And I've got all my 5/6-inch pads. They're a 6-inch face but a 5-inch backing from soft to hard. They're a sort of variety of brand from Lake Country, Shinemade, Refract, the generic brands. It's all over the place. Some spare pads and pads I don't use very often. Some Strike products that I'm sampling and trying at the moment. I just haven't had time to actually give them a crack, but I have heard very good things. In this box I have my little rotary mini polishing kit, and in this drawer I have my battery powered SPTA polish machine. Yeah, it's alright for what I bought it for, little quick polish jobs like a little scratch a customer points out or something after a detail, but you wouldn't want to be correcting a whole car with it because there's a fair bit of vibration, the batteries don't last that long, and yeah, you might want to look at something a bit better. Some extension leads for my polish machines. I've got the 12mm Shinemate, I've got the SPTA rotary 5-inch, I've got the 3-inch Shinemate, I've got the 3-inch Shinemate rotary, and my new toy. By the way, these make great cable holders. My new toy is this Osram 15mm 5-inch backing plate. It's a beast of a machine. Compared to an Apex, they're pretty much neck and neck, but I think this one has more power, a little bit more vibration, but I'd much prefer the Osram just because it cuts a lot better. It has more rotation, less stalling. I think it's just a better machine. I also sell these on my website, so maybe I'm a bit biased. But comparing the Osram to the Shinemates, it's black and day. I tried to polish a Caravan with the Shinemates the other day. I had it on speed setting 6, and it was taking twice as long to cut the same amount of area as using the Osram on, say, speed 3 or 4. So the Osram definitely makes light work of correction jobs. I've got a little step ladder in there, and I've also got this sign. Sometimes it's required for government buildings and that, just so people don't trip over your stuff laying around. Kneeling pad, so I don't ruin my knees when I'm doing wheels, etc. And that's pretty much my whole setup. Let me know what you think.